Hi and welcome. I am Geetika Agastya, a certified leadership and life coach and a certified practitioner of NLP and MBTI. Welcome to this series of videos titled For a Better You. In this video, we will be focusing on identifying those set of beliefs that are limiting you and then letting go. Let's do this by taking an example. Let's say you wanted a promotion and you were really looking forward for that promotion and you worked hard for it, but you didn't get it. During a conversation with your friend or family, let's say this is how the conversation went. I didn't get that promotion I was looking forward to, but I don't think they would have given it to a woman. And I also strongly believe that they have a favorites list, and I don't think I can get on that list because it involves spending more time at office, and I can't do that with kids and all. A few days later, you're having a conversation with your daughter, and she shares with you that she wasn't picked to be as part of the team. And then you tell her, don't worry, it's not your fault. Teachers have their favorites. So, this belief that there is a favorites list and everybody in authority has this list and they choose from that list has started manifesting itself in other areas of life. So take this example for a minute and dissect it and analyze it and see what parts of this is a story that you have told yourself to rationalize a series of events or circumstances. What parts of this are actually based on facts? Is it true, and how do you know it is true, that there is a list? Everybody in authority has such a list. People do something to get on that list. What parts of this are really true? So with this example, you can clearly see how beliefs start manifesting themselves in other areas of your life, and you start rationalizing your actions and behaviors to align with the set of beliefs that you have. How do you go about identifying whether a belief that you hold is limiting you in some manner? So find a quiet spot and write down 2 or 3 things that you wanted to achieve, that you desired to do, but you never got around to actually doing them. And that kind of frustrates you and makes you unhappy. Now, against each of these, write down the reasons why you think you have not achieved it. Find out which of these reasons are based on facts or are they assumptions and stories that you have told yourself to rationalize the state or the condition that you're in. Now think about it. Are these a set of beliefs that are just limiting you? And are you ready to let go? Are they helping you in some manner? Or should you work on them to see whether it's time to let go? Let's hear from a couple of people on how they identified their set of beliefs and what happened in their life that helped them to finally realize that it's time to let go. Let's come back after we hear from them. Hi, Sadhana. I was just sharing that your current role is that of
Hi.
business lead, right?
Yes,
Yeah, and it
that's true.
involves you interacting with and also keeping relationships strong with a set of people that you have not met before and you actually don't know, for a very long time. Correct?
That's yeah. Many are first timers.
Yeah. So a while ago when we were talking, you did talk to me about, the belief that you had about yourself before, with what you thought was a virtue. I think we would like to hear about it from your side.
Yeah. To begin with, among all our siblings, I am the quietest type. I mean, I never talk. I grew up like that because my siblings were quite talkative, cheerful, and also I thought when they are talking, why should I talk? So it was like that, and it continued for many years. And once I happened to go to my grandfather's friend's house. So he introduced me, and I just did namaste and sat down quietly. After a while, he offered me a glass of water. I said no. I didn't say no verbally, I just nodded my head like that. He said okay and left. After a while, his wife offered me, she asked me if I would like to have some coffee. I again said no, again nodded my head like this. Then, observing all this, the gentleman said, "Oh, I didn't know, Mr. Matsudan Rao, your granddaughter is also deaf and dumb."
Oh,
Then I got a shock of my life. I thought that I was, in comparison, I thought I was the best, but people were taking it in a different way. I mean,
right.
what is wrong with you? Then, after going home, my grandfather sat with me with and the long session of counseling or whatever. So that's when it actually hit me that I should change myself, and I consciously made an attempt, or still I make an attempt to pick up the conversations, and I'll be the first one to start a conversation in a group.
Right.
And I deliberately, I took an opportunity and I joined Usmania University as a part faculty just to get over that fear of voluntarily talking.
Yeah.
I mean, I did influence some people, but I developed myself and I got over that. Now I am not
The
at all
inhibition, yeah.
the
First
quiet
of
type.
all, thank you for sharing that. So, just to summarize, you always thought that being quiet and being agreeable in situations is a big virtue, right? And then you were shaken out of this
Right.
belief by kind of pretty much like a slap on your face, a wake up call being given to you by when somebody said that, is your daughter also, deaf or dumb? And then you
Yes.
realize, like, what is this? What is the kind of different kind of impression people are taking away from me? Did you also have a realization at that point in time or a little later that had you continued on that path of holding on to that
Huh.
particular belief, where would that have led you in
Yeah.
terms of your achievements in life?
I won't be anywhere. I won't be anywhere. I'll be in a corner and no one would notice me and nothing would happen. I will not even get into software field. I won't be talking to people at all.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm glad that he said that he thought that I was deaf and dumb, and
Yeah,
he made it a point to say it.
right. Yeah. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Sadhana. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for sharing that experience.
Thanks.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thanks, Geetika.
So let me introduce Vijaya a little bit. Vijaya is partner in an IT firm, and it was not a very easy, way for her to get where she is. So let's hear from her. Vijaya, what are some of the beliefs that you had that were kind of creating roadblocks for you, and how did you, come out of these?
So I was doing business dealing, and we kind of were having a good negotiations for quite some time, and
Okay.
then we were in the final stages. At the
Mm-hmm.
final stages, the partner that we were working with had some conference that they had to take the proof of value. So we kind of created, as part of the belief and trust, that we are almost about to sign the deal, so let's go ahead and create that as a goodwill with a positive mentality there. So, that was with which we went and created the proof of value, for which they got a huge success. At the end of it, when it was time for the agreement and so forth, they realized what we were bringing to the table and wanted to add some clauses that would not help us. So it was a painful moment that we had to go through, and it was, what do you do at the time? So there are a couple things. You can cry, feel bad about it, or just use that as a lessons learned and see how you need to get out of it, and make that as a lesson learned, and how do you become stronger?
Just to paraphrase what you said, is one of the beliefs that you had is the person in front of you, you trust them and you trust their intentions. And this has kind of pulled you down quite a few times. And this is one occasion you're talking about, a business deal where you had invested a lot of money and you had to go through a painful experience of seeing that that trust, you know, that was just like not done for you, right?
Yeah.
And that was an experience from where you learned and picked up, and now I am sure you're a lot more careful in making your business decisions.
Absolutely. It's a calculated, you need to know the personality and how far should you go before you really extend yourself. Yeah.
And it's not to say that we lose out on our optimism and our trust in people,
not.
but then we do have to be cautious because there are a lot of other people also depending on us, right?
Absolutely, that is true. Absolutely.
All right, Vijaya, thank you so much. Thanks again, Vijaya and Sadhana. When you associate pain to your belief and you realize that to reduce pain or not feel pain at all is you have to let go of the belief, then you have to work on yourself to get there. So how do we get there? How do we get to the point where we have identified our beliefs and we are ready to let go? So what should we do to make that happen? There's just one skill you need, which each of us has, is to visualize. So pick a quiet spot again, change your posture. This is better if you stand up straight and close your eyes and visualize your life. Currently, you have not made a change. You're continuing with the same set of beliefs. Fast forward your life for 5 years and imagine how that would be like. Feel the frustration and feel the stress and the regrets. Fast forward your life 5 more years. Now these sets of regrets must have grown in size, and the amount of feeling of dissatisfaction, unhappiness, and pain has increased. Another 5 years from there, you find that this has increased even more. You can open your eyes and now think about it. If you don't make that change today and now, where would you be 15 years from now? Now close your eyes again and visualize yourself having made that change, how it would be 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and 15 years from now. When you're ready, open your eyes. Now go back to the set of beliefs that you wrote down. Rephrase each of those beliefs into positive affirmative statements and visualize yourself 5 years from now. With this new set of beliefs, how are you going to action your life? Visualization and reframing your thoughts is a very powerful NLP tool. And this particular process of overcoming negative thoughts and letting go of your beliefs has been made famous by Tony Robbins. You can look up the Dickens process to get a bit more detail on it. I think this video has definitely shown you that you are not alone. Each of us has a set of beliefs and not all of them help us. And it's time to let go of those that limit us. Do subscribe, share the video, or drop in a comment. Thank you.